Hello everyone and welcome back to MK's Aviation. So today we're doing the butter compilation for the month of December. I hope everyone had a great New Year's. Um, yeah, so 2020 was a great year for the channel, my first year on YouTube. It was also a great year for Infinite Flight. The simulator reworked the 777 and the 757. My favorite, both are great aircraft, and my favorite has to be the 757. Um, but yeah, so today, as I said, we're doing the butter compilation for December. This is basically just a video of compiling all of the really good or good landings in Infinite Flight that I have amassed in a month's time. So we had one for November. If you haven't checked that one out, be sure to go check that one out after this video. And yeah, so I was a grade 3 a while ago in Infinite Flight, but I didn't play it and I got bumped down to grade 2. So I have been able to play back on the expert servers, and as you can see from the clip that is on your screen now, it's a lot of fun because they're way more busy than the training server is. But with that being said, we'll jump right into this video. Alright, so the first flight on our list is Southwest Flight 4380 from Louisville to Baltimore. This flight was on a Southwest 737-800. As you can see, we're on final approach for runway 33 left at Baltimore. There was a bit of a crosswind I had to account for, so you'll see me use the rudder to align with the center line about now. But yeah, it was definitely one of the best landings I've ever done. And, yeah. So as you can see, it was a super smooth landing. You have to be very gentle when performing a landing like that, and you have to be extra careful and pay extra attention to detail. But yeah, here's a view from the left wing. So yep, it's super smooth. Just a little kiss on the pavement. Alright, our next flight is Delta 1696 from Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson down to Fort Lauderdale. This flight was actually done on the day the 757 first came out. I was flying into Atlanta on a UPS flight and noticed that there was about 15 757s and wondered what was up. So I actually didn't know that that was the day the 757 rework came out. So yeah, this was a pretty good first landing on a new aircraft. I have noticed that the 757's rudder is very sensitive, like it's very easy to get a little bit out of shape. So I have tried to be as delicate or as gentle as possible when using it, because as you'll see, it just gets a little bit swirly here. Alright, next we got Southwest Flight 1385. This flight was scheduled to have service from San Diego to Oakland, California, but due to some unexpected circumstances, I did in fact have to return to San Diego. So I was climbing out from San Diego at about 17,000 feet when I decided to turn back and was vectored back to the airport. San Diego was pretty busy that day. It had all 4 air traffic control functions going, and as you can see by the plane on the runway while we're on final, it was a little bit close and I almost did have to go around. But yeah, as you'll see, was another one of my best landings yet, and yeah. And just like that, we turned off the runway and headed back to the gate. I was able to complete the flight to Oakland later on. But here's another view from the left wing of this smooth landing into San Diego. Up next is Delta Flight 1126 with service from Atlanta to Louisville. I left a very busy Atlanta airport on this A321, and yeah, as you can see, I'm on final for runway 35 right at Louisville. I'm not really sure what these three little like cement little thingies are. They could be like runway lights or something, but I'm not really sure. So yeah, I was a little bit outside the touchdown zone, but just was a little bit took the throttle out of it too soon. As you can see here. But yeah, still a smooth landing and no harm, no foul. So. I did make the return flight back to Atlanta, as you can see here. Uh, I did kind of float it in, but the landing was still half smooth. Not as good as some of the other ones on this list, but still a decent landing nonetheless. Next on our list, we have this United 757 on approach for San Diego. I do really enjoy going into San Diego, and yeah, this flight originated in Los Angeles, and had to pitch it down a little bit to get it in there, but yeah, super smooth landing here. Right here is Southwest Flight 388 with service from Baltimore to Boston. A beautiful evening. Boston was pretty busy, as you can see from all the dots on your screen. Air traffic control was pretty busy that night. Planes all over the airspace, but we were on approach for runway 22 left. There was a ton of departures for 22 right, but yeah, we did manage to make it in. I do apologize for the lag in this video. It's just because I screen record all of these replays, and our internet is not the best, and Infinite Flight kind of tends to be a little bit slow when you're screen recording it. But as you can see, we're lined up for runway 22 left. Had about a 20 knot crosswind that I had to deal with, so yeah, that was a little bit difficult to make it in there, and yeah, just keep the plane on track. We did get to see some parallel runway action here on this landing. I am currently in the process of trying to get hired by a virtual airline. I have applied at Southwest Virtual Airlines, but I've heard nothing back. And I am also looking to apply at Delta Virtual. I just have to get the application finished up. But comment below if you're in a virtual airline, and if so, which one. They are pretty cool. I did notice that some of the controllers that evening in Boston were a little bit gruff. One got particularly a little bit annoyed at me on the text, or specifically ground control, because there was someone in the gate that I was trying to go to, and they were not very pleased with me. So they did have a lot to manage that evening, but that was just one note that I thought I'd point out. There was just a bit of lag there, but as you can see from this view, the guy on 22 right was clear for departure right as we were coming in and touching down. So you can see it says Delta, but his call sign was Cactus 214 taking off. Again, this clip especially is very laggy, especially like the frame rates and stuff, so I do apologize for that, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Aside from getting yelled at from ATC, but yeah. Next we have UPS flight 2080 from Louisville to Newark. Newark was very busy at this time as well. I did float this landing in. I don't particularly like the A330F. It's kind of a hard airplane to control, and it's not very responsive. It likes to pitch the nose down, and it's just kind of an annoying aircraft to fly. I am hoping Infinite Flight will make a freighter variant of the 757, and when they rework the 767, I'm hoping that they will make a freighter version. But yeah, I kind of floated it in here. I thought I was going to overshoot the runway actually, but we got it stopped in time, and it was a actually really smooth landing. There is a bit of lag, so I did not touch down there. I was really close, and yep, right there, that's where I touched down. And I did use full reverse thrust to get this plane stopped, just because I did float it in so far. So as you'll see by this replay, I did end up touching down a little bit outside of the touchdown zone, and probably should have gone around. I did think I was going to overshoot it, but I didn't know how much runway I actually had left, and we did stop safely way before the end of the runway, or not way before, but we did have enough time to stop. Our next flight is Air India 887 from Delhi to Mumbai. Normally this is operated on an A321, but I felt like flying a 777 that day, so that's what we did. And yeah, it was extremely low visibility that day, so I couldn't see the runway until late, so I had to sort of nose it down to follow our glide slope. But we did have a very smooth touchdown, and we slowed and pulled off the runway. So as you can see from this view, just extremely poor visibility into Mumbai, but we did make a nice touchdown and a safe landing. Our next flight was KLM 1765 from Amsterdam Schiphol down to Frankfurt. Frankfurt was pretty busy. They had just had, I think, an event that had just gone through, so I was able to access to the ATC frequencies of Frankfurt. So yeah, I've only done 2 flights over in Europe, this being my second, but I do love the 737. It is my favorite aircraft to fly, so it was not hard to catch on. But yeah, here's the landing. So yeah, as you can see, a very smooth landing, and we'll move on to our next flight. Alright, up next we have Southwest Flight 2786 from Las Vegas to Phoenix. This was a very annoying one to record, just because it kept lagging and it took me like almost a half an hour. So Yeah, it was definitely a great landing in Phoenix, but yeah, it was pretty difficult to record. So yeah, we were landing on runway 7, right? And a lot of traffic from Phoenix to Santa Ana that evening, and that was actually the flight we were doing. So yeah, it ended up a three-legged trip. But now I'll let you view this for yourself. Our next flight does have audio, and it is United Flight 1666, which is, yes, that's a real flight number. This flight goes from Los Angeles up to San Francisco, California, and yeah, I thought I'd operate this one on the 757. Such a fun aircraft to fly, especially into San Francisco, and yeah, love the approach to runway 28, right? And smooth as silk, the reversers came out, and we slowed and made the left turn to our gate. Love the approach to San Francisco, as I already said, and here's a view from the right side of the aircraft. The coolest thing about this approach is you fly right over the bay, and all you can see is just water until the last minute, so you're looking, thinking, oh, are we going to crash into the water? The water's getting closer, closer. Uh, you can see like boats out there going past you and stuff, and then all of a sudden the land will appear, and you'll touch down. So yeah, as you can see, we're getting lower, going, oh my goodness, and then there. Oh, okay, we're good. And the last flight of the video, we have Southwest 26-3 from Burbank up to San Jose. This is definitely one of my greatest landings of all time. Unfortunately, there is no audio for this clip, but we are on approach for runway 31 or 30 left at San Jose. I have landed on this runway many times in the past couple years, as I do fly Southwest into San Jose a lot. But yeah, as you can see, we are on short final for the runway. Have a red and a white, so we are right on line for our glide slope. And yeah, I'll let you watch this landing. And another happy landing. So the key to making a successful landing like that is A, making a flight plan, B, following it, C, watching your glide slope via the ILS, and if you don't have an ILS approach for your runway, you can use the HUD view, which is a very good tool when flying in infinite flight, especially on an iPhone when you cannot see things very clearly. And the final step for a good landing is maintaining your target speed or your targeted landing speed, and then pulling your throttle out right before touchdown so you get a nice smooth uh, touchdown. So yeah, that is my easy checklist for a good landing. well, that does conclude this video. I want to thank you guys if you made it all the way to the end of this video. You guys are my true fans, and I really appreciate you. Also, thank you if you went to the premiere. You guys are all awesome. It's been a crazy year, but there has been good stuff that has come out of 2020. There's not a lot, but there has been some stuff that has come out of it. Again, I hope you guys all had a great new year, and I'm looking forward to this next one. Hopefully we can get up to at least 200 subscribers before next year. If you are new here, or even if you aren't new here, I would ask that you please consider liking and subscribing, as I am trying to grow my channel. And if you guys could help me do that, that would be very much appreciated. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. God bless.